Hi guys and welcome back to the Mighty Blues. My name is, of course, Cameron. Instant match reaction, Everton 0, Liverpool 0 in the Merseyside derby this afternoon. Another point for Everton, meaning our fourth consecutive draw in the Premier League and our fourth straight Premier League game unbeaten as well. A proper Merseyside derby that. It had everything, didn't it? Grit, fight, determination, desire. Chances for both sides, chances that on another day would have gone in for both teams as well. You know what? A point, I suppose is a result that a lot of Blues would have taken before the game. And when you actually look at the game in itself, a point is probably a fair result as well. As much as I hate them and as much as it kills me to admit it, they had their chances, they had their opportunities. They hit the bar a couple of times, they hit the post a couple of times, and we obviously had a couple of clear-cut chances as well. Neil Maupay's one being one that springs to mind. Obviously, we hit the post as well with Tom Davis early on in the first half. We had a goal ruled out offside by VAR, which I'm still not quite sure how the VAR works. Look, I know I've seen all of the angles, and I know people will say, "Oh, his foot's very clearly offside." And look, from the angle I've seen, his foot does look offside, but if you also have a look at Conor Coady's shoulder, it's actually behind Virgil van Dijk's leg. And as we saw on Tuesday night against Leeds, clearly you can score with your shoulder because that's why and how they disallowed Damari Gray's goal on Tuesday. So, if you can score with your shoulder, then why isn't the line being drawn from Conor Coady's shoulder in this instance? Why is it being drawn by his foot? I'm not really too sure. I don't really understand how it works, to be honest with you. The referee was an absolute shambles again. Barring the offside, which, we can sit here and discuss all day, and maybe it wasn't offside. The referee was an absolute disgrace. Again, Anthony Taylor shouldn't be refereeing any form of professional football game, let alone a Premier League game of football or a Merseyside derby. He's an absolute disgrace. I mean, the challenge by Virgil van Dijk on Amadou Onana is the clearest red card you will see all season, and he's given it as a yellow card, and VAR must have fucked off for a fucking sandwich or something during that, because they didn't even bother looking at it. But look, VAR aside and referee aside and negatives aside, thought Everton were absolutely brilliant today. I thought the fight, the desire, the battle, as I said, the determination, the grit. We are a much, much better team than what we were last season. It's as simple as that. And okay, we're not picking up the wins, and okay, it's frustrating because we're not winning games of football and we desperately need that first win. It's very evident to see that we are so much better than what we were last season. We're so much more organised, there's so much more grit, there's so much more determination. Do you know what there is about this Everton team? There's an identity. And an Everton team haven't had an identity since David Moyes left the football club. There's an identity about this team. They fight for each other. They battle. Conor Coady, James Tarkowski, absolutely brilliant centre-back partnership. Okay, there was a couple of times that, Liverpool's attackers got the best of them, but we're talking about an attack here who, not so long ago, won a Champions League and a Premier League, so that's to be expected. But for the most part, they won the headers they needed to. They battled. They worked hard. Vitaly Mykolenko, absolutely unbelievable performance again. Pretty much nullified Mohamed Salah to very, very, very little for the majority of that game. Nathan Patterson, don't even get me started on Nathan Patterson. This kid is fucking unbelievable, mate. He is absolutely unbelievable. What a footballer Nathan Patterson is. He's absolutely unbelievable. Defensively again today, he was everywhere. He won every tackle he needed to. He won every challenge he needed to. He put himself about. He worked hard. Going forward, he had his part to play as well. But defensively, he was absolutely fantastic today. Every sliding challenge he won. Every block he won. He even gave a little shoulder bars to Diaz and stuck him in, put him into the subway on County Road, which was excellent to see as well. He's fantastic. The midfield, Onana, again, what a signing he has turned out to be. What a player. You can tell why David Moyes and West Ham was so keen to bring him into that team. He's been absolutely fantastic. I've never seen a lad go down for so many sliding challenges and win every single one of them. He must have attempted a good 30 sliding challenges since he's been an Everton player, and he hasn't missed on one of them. He hasn't got the man and not the ball. He hasn't missed the man or the ball completely. He's won the ball every single time he's done it, and more often than not, he wins the ball in a very clever way by making it deflect off the opposition player, and wherever it goes, whether it goes out for a goal kick or a throw in, it's Everton's decision. he's absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And as I said, you know, I hope the media will stop fucking moaning about Van Dijk's injury 17 years ago now, because he's absolutely purposely tried to injure Amadou Onana there, the horrible little fucking idiot. And, you know, are we going to sit and talk about that for months and months on end? Is that going to be in the back paper of newspapers? Is Jamie Carragher going to have his 10 pence on that? No, he's not. Because they're scared, because he plays for Liverpool. It was a shocking challenge, but Amadou Onana was absolutely phenomenal again today. As I said, I feel an immense amount of pride about Everton Football Club at the moment, and I feel an immense amount of pride about Everton today. I don't think there'll be many Blues that will be leaving Goodison Park anything other than that. Okay, you know, there's an element of disappointment because we had opportunities to win the game, and yes, Liverpool had chances as well. They hit the post and the bar a couple of times, and, you know, a couple of deflections that didn't necessarily go their way, but, you know, we had chances to win it. Mopé should do so much better with his chance. He literally hits it the only place that Alisson is. I thought Alisson made a couple of good saves, made one from a deflection, which, again, may or may not be a handball, but made one from a deflection, which was a good save. Obviously, Davis's shot completely hits the post, and you know, Alisson's getting absolutely nowhere near it. That's unlucky. The goal's unlucky, you know, to be disallowed by, again, small margins. Even if it is offside, it's small margins. We looked so much more organised, so much more structured. And as I said before, and I said this before this game, by the way, and I'll say it again, one thing that for the majority of last season, and some people said, oh, we've lacked this for years, can we have? But it become so evident last season when we were in a relegation battle and we were really struggling. One thing that was so evident that we lacked last season was that grit, was that desire, was that fight, was that intensity, was that battle. It's all there now. It's all there now. We're so much more organised. We look so much better. Iwobi in the centre of the midfield was everywhere. Every single time the ball dropped out of the air, Alex Iwobi was there to recover it. Alex Iwobi was there to pick it up. Alex Iwobi was there to win it. He was phenomenal today. It's difficult to pick an Everton man of the match. It's difficult to pick a man of the match. Jordan Pickford made 8 saves today. He was absolutely on fire. And can we stop this nonsense conversation about who should be England's number one, who's the best English keeper? The other 2 or 3 or whoever else is in the question, they're not even in the same fucking galaxy as Jordan Pickford, mate. They're not even in the same fucking universe. Aaron Ramsdale isn't fit to fucking iron Jordan Pickford's boxies, mate, and neither is Nick Pope. He is absolute light years above every other English goalkeeper. And do you know why? Because he's one of the best on the fucking planet. Forget who's the best English goalkeeper. If you don't believe it's Pickford, you're chatting nonsense and you haven't got a fucking clue about football. He is not only the best English goalkeeper, he's one of the best goalkeepers on the planet, and he's shown it again today. 8 saves. You know, the majority of them so important, so clinical. And that's what I'm saying. They had their opportunities as well. If it wasn't for Jordan, it might have been a different game. But if it wasn't for, you know, them having a really solid goalkeeper as well, it could have gone Everton's way. But I'm just really, really, really proud of this team. I'm really proud of what Frank Lampard is building at the moment. And it sounds mad to say, because that was our 5th Premier League game of the season. And we still haven't picked up a win. You know, Everton now have 6 Premier League games of the season. 6 Premier League games, 4 points. Still no win in that period of time. You know, if you'd have said to us at the back end of last season, Everton will be 6 Premier League games into the season with no wins, you know, 4 draws and 2 losses, what will the overall feeling be around Goodison Park? I would have hedged my bets on saying it'll be a little bit, you know, there'll be a bit of animosity, there'll be a bit of stress, there'll be a bit of worry. And okay, there's a little bit of that anxiousness and worry, obviously, because we need that win. But you could tell at the end of the game today, in the same sense as you could tell at the end of the Leeds game, in the end of the Brentford game, something is building here. We finally have some form of identity back. The players are fighting for every ball, they're battling for every challenge. Iwobi's everywhere, Onana's everywhere, Garner when he come on, everywhere, as like he's never left. Patterson, you know, what a bit of business that looks now to sell Luka Dean and bring in Vitaly Mykolenko and Nathan Patterson. An absolutely unbelievable bit of business. We've replaced Seamus Coleman, you know, with exactly the type of player we needed to replace Seamus Coleman with. A young lad who's good at defending, can get forward, gritty, will fight, will throw a challenge in, will battle, will stand up for himself. Unbelievable player. Unbelievable footballer. The forward line today, again, clearly lacking that little bit of something, and maybe that little bit of something is Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I'm not going to sit here and blame Neil Maupay too much because it was his debut. You know, he hasn't played a game of football this season. That was his first Premier League game this season, even, you know, including his time at Brighton. Should he have done a bit better with his shot? Absolutely. Did he have a couple of other chances that he should have done a little bit better with? Absolutely. But he worked today. He put himself about. He battled. He got in their faces. He gave them something to worry about. Same with Damari Gray. Cutting inside, creating chances, working hard, putting them under pressure. Again, showing Trent Alexander-Arnold up for what he is, which is an absolutely bang average fullback. Anthony Gordon working hard, battling, throwing himself about, winning the ball back, getting into good areas. Tom Davies today, who I thought was fantastic, absolutely fantastic before he come off for Ghana. I thought he was brilliant again. Extremely unlucky to not get the goal. Extremely unlucky. But I thought he was brilliant. Put himself about, won the ball back, got there first. What we're seeing now is this Everton team getting to challenges first. Putting themselves about first. Winning the second balls. Winning the balls that drop out the air. Now, don't get me wrong. I think tactically, in the second half, we maybe could have approached the game a little bit differently. I think there was a little bit of that. As I said in the preview, I was worried about Everton trying to sit back for a prolonged period of time and just trying to defend, because as soon as you give Liverpool that incentive of, right, these aren't wanting to get anything out the game here, they come forward and okay, you can defend as much as you like, but the likelihood is they'll find a breakthrough at some point. And I think there was a period of 15-20 minutes in that second half where we were a little bit too defensive, we were a little bit too standoffish, considering we were the better team in the first half. We were much the better team in the first half. We battled, we fought, we had our chances, we got forward, and we showed that you can get at that Liverpool team. Virgil van Dijk, when he's running behind the ball, isn't that great of a centre half. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. When he's being ran against and somebody's coming at him, he panics, he makes mistakes. The same with Joe Gomez. The good players, when you allow them to play their game, which is just lumping the ball up and heading in the back and being the physical player, when you actually run at them and you give them something to worry about, they panic, the pair of them. Same with both fullbacks. They panic. And I thought we could have done a little bit more of that in the second half. I understand why we didn't, and I understand what the approach was, but I just thought we could have had a little bit more, going forward in that second half. And ultimately, as I said, the Mopé chance is absolutely brilliant. Is absolutely pivotal. And, if he buries that, we win the game, don't we? But, it was his debut, it was his first game. I understand that, and I understand that, fitness probably was a little bit of an issue, and that match fitness and sharpness was probably a little bit of an issue, and on another day he probably scores that. I think he panicked a little bit. The Dugout Football Channel has donated £20 to the team. Thank you very much, Doug. That is an unbelievable super chat. Thank you, I appreciate it. He says, well played today, Cam. You should have won. Doug's a Liverpool fan, by the way. Virgil van Dijk should have been sent off, and that goal should stand. So very lucky to get a draw today. Patterson is fantastic. He's also a Scottish Liverpool fan. As in Doug, not Patterson. Patterson is fantastic. Great to see him get his chance. The wins will come, mate. They will. And that's what I'm saying is, as I said, it does seem a little bit mad to be 6 games into a Premier League season, having not won a game of football, and feel this positively about Everton Football Club. The wins will come. Of course, the wins will come. And there will be teams, I feel, this season that we will absolutely wipe the floor with, because we've got that organisation, we've got that grit, we've got that determination. And when you look at the games we've actually played this season, Chelsea was unlucky. We lost it on a penalty, but we were very, very good on that day. Villa, I think we were poor and we should have done better because they are atrocious. Forest, again, we could have done better. But Brentford, I thought we worked hard and played well. Leeds, I thought we worked hard, deserved more. Today, I thought we worked hard and deserved more. So the majority of the games we've actually played very, very well in. We're just not getting that final result. But as I said, I can remember countless amounts of Merseyside derbies, whether it be at Goodison, whether it be at Anfield, where these, not these specific players, but our players have shied out of challenges or not really looked interested. And okay, we might have got a draw on the day, but we haven't looked particularly like we're going to compete. We haven't particularly looked like we're there to get something out of the game. Whereas today, we very much did look like that. And you could tell at times this Liverpool team was worried. This Liverpool team was afraid. And as I said, it is a bit worrying that we haven't got a win, but they will come. And the organisation, the determination, the desire. Alex Iwobi was everywhere, by the way, today. Absolutely everywhere again. Every single time a ball dropped out the air, he was onto it. Every single time a ball dropped out the air, he was onto it. every time. He's absolutely outstanding, that kid. Absolutely outstanding. I love him. How he's managed to turn his Everton career around is absolutely unbelievable. I love the kid. He's amazing. Onana is amazing. Wins every challenge. Big fella. Again, how Van Dijk doesn't get sent off is beyond me, because in this day and age in football, that's a red card all day long. Patterson, Mikalenko, the two centre-halves. As I said before, I've sat here numerous times on this channel and argued the case about Jordan Pickford, and so many times people have come to me and said, "Oh, don't be silly," don't. And I'm still seeing football fans who say, "Oh, he's not even the best English goalkeeper." You're chatting shit, mate. You literally judge football off FIFA. You allow a video game made by people who don't understand football to judge your football opinion, because Jordan Pickford is light years ahead of any of those goalkeepers that are in that England setup. Light years ahead of them. And he was man of the match again today for me. Absolutely brilliant. But there was contenders for man of the match. You could have given it to Jordan and everybody would have been happy. If they'd have given it to Iwobi, everyone would have been happy. Onana, Patterson. Again, there was options there. Tarkowski was an absolute brick wall again. It was a really proud performance, I think, today, and it was a tight game. It was a tight game, and ultimately it could have gone either way. It really, really, really could have gone either way. And as I said, the draw, in hindsight, probably a fair result, considering we had chances to win the game and we should have taken chances, and we could have been, 2 or 3-0 up by the time that the goals disallowed. But they also had chances. They hit the post a couple of times, hit the bar a couple of times. I think it was quite even in that sense. But one thing's for sure is this isn't too dissimilar of a team for Liverpool or Everton, who played at Goodison Park last season, and Everton have got so much better and Liverpool have got so much worse, and that's just the simple fact of the matter. But as I said, the pride doesn't necessarily come from the results or the shots we had or the chances we had or the chances they had or Pickford saves or Mopé's miss. The pride comes from the fight, the grit, the desire, the fact that we were always in the game, the determination, the energy. Lampard's building something here, and it does feel very, very special. And I do think once we get that win, and we all wish that it'd be today. It wasn't, but I do think when we get that win, I just think we'll click and I think we'll bounce on then and go on a really, really good run, because I'm telling you, there is teams in this Premier League that will be wiped the floor with by Everton Football Club this season. This simply will be. Could we have done with another forward in the transfer window? Yes, of course. We all know we could have. Richarlison in this team, by the way, and again, I'm not going back to Richarlison because he's left and we have to move on, but Richarlison in this team, we win today, we win on Tuesday, we win last weekend, we win the last 3 games on the bounce with Richarlison in this team comfortably. So that just shows you how well we've improved. And a lot of the conversation, a lot of the discussion, a lot of the focus will be on the lack of forward options, or the fact that we haven't really strengthened too much up front. But what we should also be looking at is the fact that we've strengthened unbelievably at the back and unbelievably in midfield, because we could have a goal scoring forward, but if our midfield wasn't as good as it was today, or our defence wasn't as good as it was today, then they'd have wiped the floor with us today. So I think we also have to focus on them areas as well, and how much we've improved them areas, because we have massively. Onana's unbelievable. Garner, we know what Garner brings. Patterson and Mikalenko are fantastic. The 2 centre-halves were brilliant again today. Connor Cody, by the way, unbelievable. That lad's an Evertonian. Don't give a shit when anyone says that lad's an Evertonian. Look at the way he celebrated. But yeah, difficult game. Gritty, hard fought, determined, battling. Everything a Merseyside derby should be, to be fair. And look, a point was probably a fair result, but it was the best I've seen Everton perform in a Merseyside derby for a long time. In the flesh. Obviously, that one in the COVID year at Anfield was brilliant, but I don't really think that happened, to be honest. I'm still not completely convinced that the COVID year actually happened. I thought it was a television show for a while. If you are enjoying, by the way, please hit that like button. Over 230 people watching, 50 likes. If you could get the likes up, that would be amazing. Scotty says, we're on our way, boys. This team is improving every week. Believe in Frank. AC says, Onana for the last few games has given a lot of passes away tonight. He was solid defensively and retained possession. Great stuff. And that, I suppose, that will be part of his game, in terms of giving the ball away, because A, he's young, B, he's new to the league, He's still got a lot to learn, but also he's fearless. He's not just going to go for the easy pass all the time. He's not just going to go for the comfortable ball, and I don't mind that. If Onana goes for a bit of an extravagant ball and it doesn't end up getting to his intended target, but then he ultimately comes and wins it back, I don't mind that at all. I'd rather that than an easy sideward pass and him have a 100% pass completion rate. Onana is a beast, says Dan. Yeah, Tom says, seen you today. Cam is right, Tom. Nice one, my mate. Mohe was not as bad as everyone made him sad. No, I thought he done well. I thought he worked hard. I thought he battled. I thought there was desire, there was grit, there was determination, there was fight from him. He was in the air, he was winding people up. He could have done a little bit better when he had the ball at his feet, but fitness, match sharpness, that's his first game this season, and obviously his debut for Everton, so all of that will come, and I do think he panicked a little bit when he had his chance, which he shouldn't have done, because he should have been able to bury it, but again, positive, and he's just played 90 minutes for the first time in a while as well. Saludos, Cam, take care, mate, says L2's always right, my mate. Patterson outstanding today, says Everton fans community. Oh, mate, Nathan Patterson, give that lad the fucking armband, mate. He's unbelievable. Who was the captain today, actually? Was it Pickford? It would have been Pickford, wouldn't it? No, Nathan Patterson was exceptional, mate. Absolutely exceptional. Until that hit the post, I forgot Salah was playing. Exactly, because we kept him out the game. That's Everton Azul, by the way, is right. We kept him out the game. And that, Mohamed Salah is one of the best footballers on the planet. And okay, he hasn't had a great start to the season, but to keep him out the game until the last 2 minutes of it again shows how well we defended. And then this is amazing how comfortable I felt when Garner was on the pitch. Yeah, it's what he brings, isn't it? What he brings. We're defo getting in the right direction. Lots of man of the match players today, says Robert. Absolutely, mate. Tuzo, love you, man, says Everton Azul. Spot on. Cam says Create, yes, or Create, or Arcadius Create. Pickford was man of the match, says Eugene. He was, but could have been anyone. Garner changed the game. Iwobi was amazing. Onana brilliant. Passing Mikalenko phenomenal. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. McNeil was good when he come on. I thought he could have done a little bit better, but again, it was difficult circumstances for him. I understand that. We had 26 corners, but no goals yet. Yeah, because we can't really take corners. If I'm being honest, we can't really take corners. And Lee says best fan channel about this, Cam. Come on, you Blues. Nice one, Lee. I appreciate that. But yeah, look, again, very, very proud of that today. Very, very proud. Didn't get the win, and it is frustrating, and I understand that we need that first win, but both teams had opportunities. I thought it was quite an even result. But for me, it's the desire, the fight, the commitment, the battle, the energy, the determination, the grit, all of that, the identity. We've got an identity, and that's something we haven't been able to say for years. Both centre-backs were solid as fuck as well. Goalkeeper, again, proving why he's one of the best on the planet. Yeah, look, we take that, and we go on. Arsenal's a difficult game, but if we can perform like that again, I think we can get something out of Arsenal, and then we have to start, obviously winning games of football, but that was always going to be tough today, and I thought we made the most of it. Anyway, we are going to leave it there. If you have enjoyed this one, please do hit that like button. We will be back with the player ratings almost instantly, so don't forget to join us for that. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. That would mean a massive, massive amount to me. Massive thanks to everybody for watching the live comments. Really do appreciate it. And if you're watching as a YouTube video, leave your comments down below. Big, big thank you all for watching, and we'll see you soon.